Good day everyone, welcome to Bob's Reviews, and today we're going to do a review on a DAC I just received from Shopee. The seller's name is Starsea.audio PH, and this was on Shopee. And let's get opening her. It arrived Saturday, but I'm doing the review now because of weather that we've had was really bad. I'm sorry I'm off camera. I'm trying to open this. The bag is a little bit stronger than I thought. And here we have SMSL PS100 DAC. Now this DAC came in as, you could find it in America for about $30 or 1,500 peso here in the Philippines. This is how she arrived, bubble wrapped and in box. Let's remove the bubble wrap. A little harder than I thought. There she is. I picked her up for a very good price of 1,200 peso or $23 American, which is a screaming deal for a DAC. Now my experience with audio, in case you're wondering, I have over 35 years in audio. I've had everything from Krell to NAD to Marantz, Cambridge Audio, Magnaplanar speakers, B&W speakers, Wharfendale speakers, Sherwin Vega speakers, Infinity. I've had a range. I've been very fortunate and very lucky coming from New York. I've been very fortunate to have very good audio, and I've had the chance of owning some of the best in the world. I had a Krell system in Makati. That system got me in a lot of trouble. It was very loud and very clear. Right now I'm kicking a Sony, and we're going to hook this up to a Sony and Wharfendale Diamond 4 speakers. So let's get with the unboxing. Opening up the box. The box itself, let's go back over the box. The box itself is nice. Nothing on the bottom. Some on the side there, some barcodes, where it was made in China, of course. The other end, black. The flap. The other end. It's a nice box. It's not cheap. Now, the DAC that I was using before this was a Venton, and I highly do not recommend that DAC. The DAC, it was only, I think it was less than 600 peso, $12 American, and it sounded like it. I stopped using it because I was not happy with the sound. We removed the top cover, and we have our SMSL card. Very nice. Got a little QR code there. Made out of plastic. Nice. Instructions. Pretty straightforward. It is in Chinese, and then we have American on the back side. Got all your specs on there. Nice. Included is a HDMI cable. Very nice. And your USB Type-C. But voila, brick. No brick. So you're going to have to use a brick that you have or buy a little adapter for the plug. The unit itself, nice. Nicely wrapped. Just plastic on the front of her. Very nice. Sides, the rear. We have a USB, so you can plug it into your computer or simply plug it into a power brick. HDMI with ARC, optical, coaxial, and then your left and right analog channels. The bottom has a barcode. It is plastic, but you got to remember, In order to be so cheap, they've got to cut the corners somewhere. And this uses the Sabre ES9023 chip, which is a very good chipset. It's an older chipset, but it's a very good DAC chipset, especially for this price that you're only paying $29. And this has HDMI ARC, which is very nice. You could hook it up to your TVs and use the TV remote to control volume. Very nice. And she has Bluetooth. Wow. So you're getting Bluetooth, HDMI ARC, and a name brand US made chip inside, which is, for that kind of money, unheard of. Like I said, the vented one that I was using a no-name chip, junk components. The RCAs, they're good. They're not the top quality RCAs I like to see, but then again, you got to cut corners somewhere. The plastic housing is where they cut the biggest corner. Your HDMI is good. The optical's good. It's okay. I've seen better, but this is okay. For the cut, like I said, for the money, you cannot beat the price. Has the plastic over the top. It is shiny black underneath, so it will be a fingerprint magnet. Now, on Amazon, she gets 4.1 out of 5 stars. She's got 187 reviews, and she comes up with very good rating. She weighs about 90 grams, very light, so be careful with the wires that you plug on the back. She might flip up like this because of the weight of the wires. She's 105 millimeters long, 22 millimeters tall, height-wise, and 80 centimeters deep. Otherwise, it's 4.1 inches by 3.15 inches by 1 inch tall for you people in America. I like it. It has the SMSL on the top. It's very nice compared to what I was using. Now I'm kind of new to the DAC field. I've been learning a lot the past couple of weeks. And this one seems to be one of the better ones to choose if you're on a budget. Now, the one guy at the stereo shop told me, you know, you spend all this money on these expensive B&W speakers, Wharfedale speakers. You spend lots of money on a Cambridge audio receiver, and then you spend $10 on a DAC. What that basically is like to me, being a car guy, it's like buying a Porsche 911 and only using pump gas, the cheap gas, the regular unleaded, or buying an AMG Mercedes and putting in the cheap gas. It makes no sense. So I'm not saying that you need to go overboard and spend thousands of dollars for a DAC. You don't. With this DAC here, you're talking about having the quality of, let's say, a $500 to $600 DAC. And this was only $29. And Bob got it for $23, but that's because I go on Shopee a lot. Now, Shopee and Lazada are two major big platforms that you use for selling here in the Philippines. And both of them are from China, so you get discounts. And then the more you shop, the more discounts you get. I had a $200 peso off coupon, which was I used towards this DAC, and that's why I was able to buy it so cheap. Now, being budget, now that I'm on a budget really tight because of what happened with my leg and the diabetes, you guys watch your health, watch your sugar intake. I've had to strip down my budget to low numbers. So this is one reason why I went with this DAC here, to help improve my sound of my system, which I believe this will do. Now, DACs are important. You want a decent DAC to bring out the good sound of your stereo system and to convert the audio, the digital signal. Like I'm streaming, so I like to clean up that signal a lot. And this will hopefully do it, and we'll try it out after we take a look at her. Now like I said, she does have Bluetooth, coaxial, HDMI ARC, optical, and USB, so you can plug it into your computer or just plug it into a power brick. Very nice, especially with the HDMI ARC. Very rare do you see that in components of this price range. And I find that nice. They are gold-plated RCAs, but like I said, they're not the best RCA quality-wise. Little rubber pads on the bottom to prevent her from slipping. You have indications on the front of which one you're using, the Bluetooth, the coaxial, the optical, USB. Nice. Very nice. This is the PS100. I would like to give another shout out to the seller on Shopee, Starsea.audio PH. I'll try to include the link in the description. But what we'll do now is we'll go take her out into the living room and try hooking her up to my system, and I'll give her a test run and see how she sounds. Now, I hope you guys like this review. Please leave a like and a thumbs up if you do. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And I will be doing some more reviews on DACs. I'm trying to get another SMSL DAC right now. So, let's go out to the living room. I want to add something. Another thing I picked up at Shopee were these RCA plugs, which you really need here in the Philippines because of the climate. And the climate really, especially if you're not using air conditioning, the climate will mess up your RCAs bad. So I highly recommend picking up a bag of 100 of these, was only like 200 peso, $4, and cap your RCAs that you're not using. That way they stay fresh and don't get any corrosion on them. Because the humidity here in Manila is ridiculous. And I've seen so much equipment ruined because of the humidity and the climate here. The RCAs look like they got stuff growing on them. So you want to protect them. Pick up these. These are cheap. Pick them up. Use them on your receiver, on your sound bar, on your DAC, on your anything that has RCA jacks. Use it. I highly recommend. Now let's get back out to the living room. Okay, I'm back. I have finished hooking her up and listening to it for about 10 minutes. There she is there. I have Monster Optical and Monster RCAs. I have an iPod and I have my box in the back, which is making the music now we're listening to, which is copyright free on YouTube. Now I did notice immediately upon plugging it in, I had to turn down my subwoofer. Wharfindale subwoofer, Wharfindale Diamond 4 speakers. They're about the same age as this amplifier F220 Sony. I have much respect for this amp. This amp is more power than what it's rated. It's a very good sounding amp. Very nice. There's my vape batteries. Now I'm streaming off my box now. And I've noticed I had to turn down my subwoofer and my volume. It's like a night and day difference. It's like I have a new amp and new speakers. I cannot begin to explain the difference in the sound quality between no DAC and a DAC. But I will tell you this. For the amount of money spent, it is the best improvement you could make to your sound system is buying this DAC. I highly recommend it. It sounds way better than my Benton one, my fake DAC. But this DAC sounds very good. The music is full. There's no more background sound from the streaming. It is very good. The vocals are beautiful. And like I did say, it did bring up some more bass out of my sound. And I'm not using the loudness, and I'm not using pure direct. This is strictly straight through the amp. I do have the subwoofer hooked up, but like I said, I had to turn it down upon playing her. So, the SM PS100. 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. Go on Shopee, check them out. I'll try to provide the link below, but you really can't go wrong with this. This is the best improvement you can make to your system, and the sound quality out of this DAC is phenomenal. It's very good, but I digress. If you want to go cheaper, but I highly recommend not to. I really would put your money, pay a little bit more, and buy this DAC. Any of the SMSL DACs sound good. The more money you spend, of course, the better quality will happen. It sounds amazing, and I only have it on 4. Very good sounding DAC. You can't go wrong with this purchase. You guys have a good day. I hope you like. Please subscribe and please leave me a like if this was good, if you like this video. I appreciate everything. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Update and conclusion. I've been listening to it for about 2.5 hours. I've been playing Creed, System of a Down, Led Zeppelin, Avicii, Pink Floyd, Van Halen. I've been listening to a bunch of my old music and some modern music, and I have been impressed. It's like I bought a new amp and speakers. I cannot begin to tell you the difference in the sound quality through streaming. This really has brought together all the music on so many different levels, it's not even funny. So I highly recommend this unit. And I've been using it now for a while, for 2.5 hours, and I have it hooked up to my box so I can use my remote. She sounds wonderful, and she works 100%. Once again, 2 thumbs up from me on this product. Well, I hope you liked it, and you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya!